I'm so pleased to welcome Meghan Babbe to the show, who is a member of the Second City and will be part of the upcoming performance of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Sweater. So welcome, Meghan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So what I'm really excited for people to learn is how these shows get created, because I think they see you on stage and it's all so funny, but I don't think they understand you actually write the show.
Yeah. So we go into process, and Second City has a unique process where we use improvisation. So we, like I said, started in August. We start improvising and writing and testing out material in front of audiences to see what works and what doesn't, what we have to change, to put up a lot of our original stuff.
So where do you test this in front of audiences? Can you explain that to them?
Yeah, so sometimes when we're at home at the Second City in Chicago, we'll do a third act of our show.
Right.
Generally, we do improv, but if we're testing stuff, we'll bring that out. We'll tell the audience, hey, this is new stuff. We've never done it before. You guys get to be our sort of gauge whether or not this works, and that's how we test it live.
So sometimes you even improv live right there, and then build it from there, right? Then you take it back into rehearsal and go, that was pretty funny, let's fix it, let's tighten it, let's make this work.
Yeah, we'll record a lot of the sets. So yeah, if someone has they're like, I just have this one idea, let's just try to improvise it and see what happens, we'll tape that set and then watch it again and sort of transcribe it from there.
So when you transcribe it, do you say, okay, cut this, add this? It was funny when he came in, so.
Yeah, definitely. It's always like an editing mindset. Up until I feel like the show goes up, we're always tinkering with like, oh, this beat still feels weird, or maybe this can have a little more punch. Yeah, we're constantly editing. So
out of the material that you present, let's say over a week you do 10 new scenes in front of an audience. How many do you think stick?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say if we have tested 10, 3 to 4 maybe are really like have the legs to be like, okay, we can keep working on this, we can keep putting it in the show. Yeah, it's a pretty slim margin. Sometimes stuff that seems really funny on paper dies in front of an audience, or vice versa.
You know, I used to work for the Second City, and so sometimes you'd see a scene on paper and you're like, this is awesome. And then you saw it on stage and you're like, this is not working.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to see how things don't work sometimes.
Yeah.
They read well, but it just doesn't play.
Or there's so many things that we'll be like, oh, well, we're laughing, but our laughter, yeah, exactly, is not going to carry the audience. So
when you are in process, right, you have scenes that you know work from the previous show, and then you start inserting these new scenes to see if it can hold.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's kind of plug and play.
Yeah.
Add in another new scene, see if that works. Test it in front of an audience. Until you have about how many scenes so they know how many you're shooting for?
I guess it varies. For the holiday show, we're really lucky. We have some openness, so you could see up to 7 original pieces, and that includes songs to longer scenes to short blackouts. That's kind of what you can expect.
And are you using any archive material?
Yeah, we're going to use a bunch of archive material and do what we call Santa hatting, where we sort of, if it's not a general holiday theme, we sort of try to introduce that so that everything feels like very cohesive and of the moment.
Nice. So how long have you been with Second City?
So I've been touring. It was a year in June. And prior to that, I did a ship contract in 2016 through the Second City.
So for people who don't know what a ship contract means, it means she was on a cruise ship with Norwegian Cruise Lines. And where did you go to?
So we ported out of New York, and our contract was unique. We went to Bermuda every week for 16 weeks. And then, just 4 weeks at the back end, we went to Cape Canaveral and Nassau in the Bahamas.
So did you feel a difference with the people on the ship to the people that you see? Tell us.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I would say on the ship, when people come to Second City, I think they know sort of what to expect. The history is there. They're comedy fans. They're aware of the alumni. They've got some awareness of what they're about to watch. On a cruise, you're just one of many entertainment options for them. They don't necessarily know what you're doing or how to do it. So it is really like a learning curve of like how to teach an audience, how to watch improv, how to teach them what we're doing, how to show them like that this is how the show works.
Like participate
here. Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So Meghan, what's your goal?
Oh man.
Like if you had your dream, right? If you had your whole dream and you could just write the story, where does it end for you?
I mean, I would love to continue working in comedy. I love writing. I'm lucky that I get to do a lot of it in this job, and I would love to continue that. So writing comedy professionally is absolutely a dream.
You know, I think what a lot of people don't appreciate is it like makes me like twerk, right? When somebody says, oh, well, Second City people, they're stand-ups. They're not stand-up,
no.
right? It's all improv that's based on writing and creating ideas based on a group collaboration, right?
Yeah.
That's the foundation of it, and creating something from nothing, right? Just building off of the yes and concept of, I have this idea and everybody's in. Nobody will say, I think that's a dumb idea, let's play it out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Tina Fey often says, why would you sit in front of a blank typewriter by yourself when you can improvise the scene out?
Yeah.
And I think it's such a gift, you know, that style of work. But what I think the best thing that comes out of improvisers is you all come out writers. Most of you come out writers.
Yeah.
And I think people think of the Belushis, and I don't know if you know that the Belushi brothers went here to College of DuPage.
Oh, did they really?
Yes.
I
So
didn't
the
know
theater
that.
you're performing in is the Belushi Performance Hall.
Oh, that's
so
very
they both
cool.
started here.
Wow.
And their teacher here said you should try out for Second City.
Oh,
and
my
that's how
gosh.
built their confidence. There's a scholarship for Jim here and
Oh, wow.
and John. And Jim comes and supports events we do to build the scholarship
Oh,
for
that's
theater
wonderful.
students. But what I think that is pretty amazing is that everybody knows the big names like John Candy. They don't know how many writers came out of Second City.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of writers on sitcoms right now. And right now there's quite a few actually.
Yeah.
You know, can you name some of them that you know?
Yeah, I mean, Asher Perlman, I know, writes for Late Night. Ariel Dumas writes for Late Night. I mean, Amber Ruffin has, a huge part on Seth Meyers, where she's a writer and she does correspondent pieces. Jenny Hagel, same thing. Truly, I think any comedy show that you love, if you look at the list of writers, a huge majority of them are Second City alums.
Which is so exciting. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of a secret, you know, because people don't know them.
Right.
But there's a lot of directors that come out of this, and they call it the comedy mafia in LA, right? That if you're part of Second City, you're part of the family.
Yeah.
But I think there's a shorthand that you learn, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that, like you said, it's so collaborative, and you get really, really good at just like working with everyone and being recognized for what you can uniquely bring, as well as like recognizing like, oh, on paper, I might be able to write this kind of funny, but I know my castmate can really do it. And that's like such a gift.
And it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you're way better at this. You do it.
Yeah, it's a shared goal of just like, we want to produce the funniest material possible. So however we can do that, however we can each contribute to that, we share that goal.
Do you think writing has changed, or the comedy has changed in the last 4 or 5 years? Have you seen a shift in anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, one of the tenets of improv is always playing to the top of your intelligence. And I think that more and more comedians, especially at Second City, we're really trying to, make sure that we're using inclusive language, that we're really playing to the top of those intelligences, that people always feel welcome and warm, and that we're never punching down.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So what she means by punching down is when you're talking about status, you're not trying to be better than everybody. It's not
Right.
Don Rickles
Right.
kind of comedy,
No,
right?
no, yeah. It's not taking someone who's like not in a position of power and making fun of them.
Right.
It's, comedy has often been a tool to make fun of people in power, and
Right.
that's how we sort of want to see it. Yeah.
That's how we want to see it. I like
Yeah.
how you say that. And that's how we want to see it.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it safe, right? So you're not hurting anybody.
Absolutely.
That's not the goal.
No, we want our audiences to reflect diverse point of views as we on stage try to do that. So we want people to come to the show and really see themselves and see that experience.
Well, we can't wait to see your show.
Thanks.
So The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Sweater.
Yes.
And we'll be watching for you.
Great.
And
Thank
good
you so
luck
much.
with your career. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show. All right.
Thanks.
So don't miss your chance to see the Second City production of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Sweater on December 7th. Get your tickets now by visiting atthemac.org or by calling the box office at 630-942-4000. Come support college student programming and see some of our talented student ensembles. The DuPage Community Concert Band plays on December 2nd. On December 3rd, come see the Chamber Orchestra. Don't miss the Percussion Ensemble on December 4th. Chamber Singers and Concert Choir will perform on December 5th. On December 8th, be sure to come see the DuPage Chorale perform. When you stop by for a show this season, please don't forget to bring a donation to put under the Mac Giving Tree. We are collecting non-perishable food items for People's Resource Center, as well as winter accessories, gifts for seniors and teens like sweatshirts and slippers for Metropolitan Family Services. Please visit atthemac.org/holiday.